Welcome to My First Hit. This is a segment every Friday where we bring some of South Africa's greatest. These are people who are icons, people who have really set the bar, they are pioneers, and they've really shifted things to create what we have today. One such person is a man from the East Rand, who many know as DJ Cleo, but to many others, he's pretty much everything, because everything is exactly what he's done. He joins us today on My First Hit, having been one of the most prolific producers, artists, DJs that the country has ever seen, and he's been able to dabble in many other interesting things in his life, and he continues to do so. He's clad in biker wear. Cleo, good morning.
Yo.
Are you good?
I'm very well, man. And yourself?
Good. Now, you are one man who understands radio etiquette.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, you know, how to sit far from the mic, close to the mic, which buttons to press. So I know for a fact that while I'm running the show, you're going to be low-key critiquing everything that's going on here.
Like I did the first thing I walked in here.
Exactly. Because you were like, no, but why does every mic have to have a computer screen next to it?
Yeah, you know. But good morning to you, man. Good morning to the listeners. Thanks for having me on the show.
Listen, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming. And I know you are in a bit of pain from last week's football game, which we'll chat about because you play football and you love the sports as well. But Cleo, you've been a part of South Africa's music story for many, many years. And there's been an interesting debate as to, you know, what your first hit is. Because do we take it from you as a producer? Do we take it from you as an artist, as a DJ? Like, where do we begin? So you and I had this discussion. There were a couple of things that came up. Mm-hmm. But where we're going to start now, Cleo, is this song that was off Eskaleni Extension 2. Ne? It's a song called Goodbye.
Yeah.
With DJ What What.
Yes.
Came out in 2005.
Yeah.
Is that the good place to start? Are you happy with that? Because that's what I'm going to do now.
I think you're setting the bar too high, but it's a part of my catalog, so we might as well.
Okay, fine. So here it is. You know, I'm actually getting like goosebumps. No, I'm not kidding. Like, what do you call it? The music that do. What do you call it?
I don't know, man.
You see that do. It's like when that comes on, then you know what's going down. Huh? Go. Okay, so this is where we'll start. And when we come back, we'll talk about what was happening around Cleo's life when this song came out. Enjoy. Goodness me. DJ Cleo and DJ What with Goodbye on 947. Of course, the voice of Andrea Bocelli, the Italian tenor. Was that his original voice there?
No, that's
or was it a cover?
No, it's Tsepo. I forgot his surname from Bloemfontein, but it's a guy by the name of Tsepo.
Yeah, but of course, context is key to make people understand why there might be familiarity, because there are people who are maybe too young to understand what that song meant to our dance culture in South Africa. Cleo, I had goosebumps when that song played. How did you feel when you heard that song playing now?
Leave that. How did I feel before I released it? Because What and I had done it like a year prior. Yeah. And then I'd left it by him. Okay. And then he started sending an incomplete mix to DJs. And then I met Carfax at a music conference after party. Right. And Fresh is playing, my role model. Yeah. And he drops this song. And people go crazy. I'm like,
What is this?
Yeah, where did he get it from?
Exactly.
You know, and I remember immediately I got on the phone. Like, you know when you try and find a quiet spot in a club? Yeah. Which is nowhere.
Yeah, not even in the bathroom, yeah.
You know, and I made a call to Lance from Get Rough. Yeah. And I said, dude, this song is going to cause chaos. We don't have a clearance yet. Can we release it? I just needed an okay. Yeah. Let's go.
And what did Lance say?
He said, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, boom. And I think it was recorded the same week. And I then rushed to finish off my album because I had the killer song. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Plus, when I do albums, I always pick from like 40 songs to pick the final 12, 15, you know. So that wasn't difficult.
And this was Eskaleni Extension 2.
Yes.
So prior to
2005.
2005, yeah. I remember I was completing my third year. So it's a very clear memory. And there was projects.
Third year of the first year?
No, it was the third year of the third year. Life wasn't complicated then. Because you know when Y comes into your life, things change.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with you. You had already put out Eskaleni, the debut of the series of Eskaleni projects. Yes. And before that, you had a time when you started your career more or less at Y. What was happening in that time building up to the release of this song, Goodbye?
My first album came out 2004. And it got nominated for a SAMA Award, Best Dance Album.
Shoo.
And at the awards, I lost to Lebo Matos.
Understandably.
Sort of.
Is that, okay. Yeah. Do you dispute that? You're like, okay, I know Lebo's hot, but
No, she had a hot album, but for me, I was like, ufunani la we category yama DJ, you know, because we kind of, as DJs, we kind of feel like we own the best dance category, you know.
Because so, DJs are responsible for dance music, sure.
So I was like, ufunani la why am I go best female?
Yeah.
You know, nentanga zake.
Yeah.
So I was very upset driving back home.
Yeah.
And I started working that very Sunday, coming back from Sun City.
Wow.
You know, and because I work best, I thrive under pressure or when I'm angry.
When you're upset?
Yeah, when I'm upset, you know, so...
That's crazy.
You know, so... Plus, my first album had sold 27,000 copies, which was good back then, you know, hard copies.
Would that be certified as gold?
Yes.
Right.
Gold.
Right.
But I was also upset with the performance, the album, because prior to releasing it, I was meant to believe that I'm a star, you know, I'm the best thing ever. So I was anticipating higher numbers, you know, like More Revolution.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yes.
Who had just hit like 200,000 units.
What an era.
You know, so Lance blew my head up a bit and I released the album believing, you know, I'm the next best thing, you know.
Was that your first recording deal under Lance Stir?
I've never actually had a recording deal.
What does that mean, Cleo? You came out with this project and many others. So what do you mean you've never had a recording deal?
Because I've never signed as an artist to a label.
So what were you signing as?
We were in a partnership. So we split losses equally, we split profits equally.
Okay. There's somebody who's in music now, maybe trying to get in or is in music. Make me understand what that means.
So it means Mo Flava, walk with me.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing together.
Right.
Yeah.
No paperwork.
How much have you got? I got $50. Okay. Right. How much have you got? Answer me.
Right now I've got nothing on me in my pocket.
I also have nothing. So we can't release an album. We need something. Okay, Mo, let's go together.
Yeah.
Let's loan money from Nondwe.
Yeah.
And put this thing together.
Yeah.
If we make 100 rands off here, I get 50, you get 50.
Wow.
However, we've loaned $100 from Nondwe. If this thing does not move, we both owe Nondwe 50-50, which is 100.
Right.
Yeah. And but Get Rough being the record company that, as a label, you know, obviously they had the funds, so they funded everything else I needed to do. And then that means when the money comes in, they recoup their money first, and then we go 50-50.
Okay. And
so it was a JV.
So was there enough money made for you to have something to share at the end of it all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. But still no paperwork. So Tro Munyapao has no paperwork in agreement with Lance there anyway.
No.
It's just word.
Yeah.
Trust me, I got you.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like how it's kind of like how Lance operates. You know, he's very loose on paperwork.
I'll come back to that. In present day, would you say that to anybody who's going to sign a deal with a label or have an understanding, is that the way to go? Do you agree with that now? If somebody says, "Hey, Cleo, should I do this the way you did it then?" Would you say yes or no?
It's difficult to say yes or no because sometimes, you know, we say knowledge is power, but sometimes knowing too much can prove prohibitive to you getting a deal or to labels actually working with you because you just know too much.
And you realize that, damn, they're actually going to make a lot more than what I'm going to make out of this deal.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yes. But then also, you should also realize that, damn, they actually have a lot more money to invest in this project than I do.
Okay, DJ Cleo's hanging out with me today, and it is his first hit. We've taken it there, but there's many other songs that he had put out before, but there's so much to be said about the moment when that song drops. I mentioned earlier that he wears many hats. So we'll yeah, I mean, apart from now where you've got, twists going on with your hair. But there's so many songs that you will know DJ Cleo for. We'll talk about all of them. Hanging out today on My First Hit with DJ Cleo, producer, music maker, and an icon to South African music, no doubt, and beyond. We took it to where it all began, and we'll stay there just for a second because, yes, Esikhaleni as a series started in 2004. You've had record deals with Lance Derv, Ghetto Rough, with no paperwork, etc. But what I'm also trying to understand, Cleo, is whether you think that the beginning of your career was an easy start or difficult start. Because there's a narrative these days where people say, for some it's so easy. They just go online and their careers have begun.
Yeah.
Do you think yours was an easy start or difficult start when you think about how it all started with you and even just some of the moments you had in the beginning of your career?
Mine was difficult, bro, because remember, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have SoundCloud. We didn't have iTunes. We didn't have nothing. So literally the music I had to put on disc or cassette and go from label to label. So if you can send 10 DMs in 10 minutes, I needed to make 10 trips.
Yeah.
So I knew where EMI was in Steeldale. I knew BMG in Auckland Park, Ghetto Rough, Yeovil, Sony, Dunkeld.
Right.
What's the other one? David Gresham? David Gresham.
Oh, David Gresham. Gresham Records. Yes.
Yes, by Marlboro.
Yes.
Yeah. Share House next to David Gresham, Marlboro. And I knew how to get to all those places by taxi.
Right.
Yeah.
And are you telling me that you had to submit music that you had produced and had decided that you're going to send it out to all these people for them to listen what you can do?
Yes.
And
like kids today send you links via DM and say, this is my tune. Those who have your number will even just send you the MP3. I had to do that physically.
And how many of them said yes to whatever you were dropping off?
None. Not even Lance.
So what did it take for record industries or record labels to recognize you and say, all right, no, Cleo's actually a talent. Let's do something with him?
I had to take a detour and I got onto radio.
Right.
By being on radio, Ashifa Shaba and then Fresh gave me an opportunity to DJ on the show, on the drive show.
Right.
So,
and you were a DJ then already?
Yes.
Right.
And then I could also throw in 1 or 2 songs of mine. And that's how TS Records got to know me.
Right.
I understand. In 2001, when he was promoting Mapaputsi, Izinja.
Right.
So because I was now the connect on radio to play the song. And Mischief and Mavusan, Summertime.
The DJ that could play the songs on the radio. So as a label, you plug your song with him, he's going to drop it.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's how our relationship with TK developed. Mind you, Sbu worked on YFM already at the time.
Yes.
And then that's how now certain musicians got to know me as the DJ on Fresh's show.
I see.
Yeah.
So the power of association helped you a lot in really being the catalyst in helping you create a name for yourself.
Yeah, no, association with DJ Fresh, association with YFM, association with his show.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And as a producer, because with some, people release songs and then they get so popular that they realize that there's a demand, then they get booked. But then you find that they either aren't performers or are not DJs. Mm-hmm. What came first for you? Were you DJing first or were you producing first?
Career-wise, I was producing. No, I was DJing first.
So you started as a DJ before you even fiddled with making music? Yeah.
Yes, when I was 16.
Who do we need to ask?
Yes, when I was 16.
Right.
But remember, no, I'm lying. Well, that's how career-wise.
Yeah.
I started as a DJ.
Right.
But just me in general, I started with playing music as an instrumentalist.
What's the first
instrument? Then producing.
What's the first instrument you played ever in your life? Do you remember?
Yeah, guitar.
And you still played. What was it about the guitar that stuck with you?
Ke holela ko the IPC church, and the music is pretty much 4 instruments: drums, bass, guitar. Make it 6: drums, bass, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, keyboards. and 5. Make it 5.
Right.
Sorry, my maths has always been bad.
We're going to have to go to, is it Dinwiddie? Is it Dinwiddie?
St. Francis.
St. Francis.
In Benoni.
In Benoni to figure out what went wrong there. Okay, so you started playing the guitar there?
Yeah.
Wow. Was it self-taught or?
Yeah, self-taught.
Self-taught?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, but my instrument of choice was bass guitar. So it was guitar first, but then I moved to bass.
And it stayed with you because even in your music, your bass is, you can tell.
Yeah, no, bass is my thing. It's actually my Achilles, because I always have to check if I haven't put too much bass or too many notes, or is it not too loud?
Because you just go ham.
Yeah, no, it's my thing. So it's like Julius Malema and Sepedi, inseparable. So much so that he even speaks English, Spade, Don't do that.
Yeah, inseparable.
Country.
Exactly, there's a counter tree. Yeah, it's fascinating because, everybody has a journey. So as a producer, I want to go back to this song quickly. This is a song with Mzege Zege. One of the biggest songs in the world of Kwaito. And of course, the late Brown Dash is also on the song.
Yeah.
How did this come about for you to work on a song with Mzege Zege, who started as a radio gimmick and became one of the most, historic musical acts we've ever seen to date?
I had to beg the guys to produce the song because it was initially produced by D-Rex.
Oh, yeah. And D-Rex was quite the producer.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they played it on air a couple of times and it didn't catch fire. And I kept begging TK, dude, let me do the song. Because Kwaito is my thing. Let me do the song.
Right.
And out of the blue, one day he just gave me a call and he said, listen, dude, do you want to give it a shot? I'll fetch you tomorrow at 9. No, I'll come pick it up at 9 in the morning. And I passed out trying to make it. And then I woke up with 2 hours to deadline. And like I said, I thrive under pressure.
Yeah.
I then did this beat. And then we took it to Stunning Hill, to Mendoza's label.
Oh.
And Von Eaton at the time said, the beat is weak, what. You guys go upstairs and see what you can do. So when we got upstairs, we decided, no, the beat is fine. We are just recording vocals because we didn't have a studio.
Right.
So we get into the booth, all 4 of us.
Yeah.
Myself, Gilly, Brown Dash, and the masked man.
Who's this? Is this?
Sorry. Your network is breaking.
Who are you interviewing? And was the mask on?
No, it was very off.
So Mzege Zege performs or records music in the studio with the mask on, off.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how the song pretty much came about. I took the voice. I even had a verse in the song, which I then muted later.
Why?
My confidence was low.
So there is a DJ Cleo verse in Kudkanga Matolo by Mzege Zege.
Yes.
That is it saved somewhere?
No, I have everything.
So have you ever thought of putting it on?
Forget.
Really? So it's not going to cut it?
Forget.
Were you singing or rapping? What were you doing there?
Sort of. Somewhere in the middle.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Somewhere there below the middle.
Yo, before I get into other stuff, I want to talk about your impression of your music career in terms of success. I mean, you look at songs like Facebook, for example.
Don't take my number.
I mean, how many awards did the song win? Wasn't it like 2-3 years in a row where it won like a Sama?
No, that was Hands Up.
Oh, that was Hands Up.
Yeah.
Oh, so what it was this song?
Yeah, so this one won 6 Samas. Facebook won 3.
I mean, there was a time when the digital space in terms of music downloads was starting to be a thing in South Africa, but you were like right there at the forefront in terms of a successful artist when it comes to people downloading their music.
Yeah. 5 years in a row. So I have 15 summers and 13 of them is just downloads.
That's crazy. What was it?
It's listening when you're being told. And because that's how I've learned everything I know. But most importantly, just making music that people want, whether they buy it, pirate it, copy it, share it. Nobody copies what they don't like. So make music that people will like and want.
That's beautiful. Speaking of that, Cleo, musically now, with everything going on, Amapiano being a thing, I mean, you still, dabble even with that to this day. Where are you musically? What do you think we want from you now? Do you know what people want from Cleo right now?
People don't know what they want. People know what they've been given before. Yes, hence we have the word tastemakers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's always a gamble.
Right.
You know, so, but for me, I'm chasing that elusive Grammy. And I'm done with school now, so now I've got time to to work proper.
You graduated recently.
Yeah. So I've got time to put in the work, and I've been working, man. I've been working, and dude, I'm chasing that Grammy, but I'm also just fighting hard to put the DJ Cleo brand on a higher platform than before.
Right.
Yeah. And it's gonna take a lot of work, but I'm putting in the work.
Does that mean global? Does that mean traveling more in regions like Europe and the US where there seems to be a vibe with our music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Traveling again. Because
you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it all, and I still enjoy traveling now, like I did 20 years ago.
Right.
And gigging. So. Even though some of the things don't change in the gig space, you still get those stages without the white lines, and that's how you find people falling off.
So you've got your strict sort of specs or specifications when you go and perform.
Yeah, so I'm also looking to blow up the next big thing in SA, and the next big thing in Africa, and hopefully also the next big thing in the world.
Well, you've done it before, you can do it again.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Outside of music, you dabbled in football.
Yeah.
There's a hilarious picture on your Instagram that you posted 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Go to DJ Cleo's Instagram, DJ Cleo 1. There's a picture there, his recent pic. He posts there, @Itumele Mkune. I need you, bro. Tell these people that these upside down situations are normal, especially against the quality of former footballer Junior Kanye. You're a goalkeeper in this picture.
Yeah.
Your feet are in the air. Your back is on the ground. You're basically snapping your neck. And there's Junior running off after scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Is this a summary of your football career, Cleo? Or what's happening?
Absolutely normal. Absolutely normal. Obviously I'm very passionate about the position, and it hurts me sometimes when I see people chastise greats like Bokune and stuff.
Yeah.
When cameramen catch them upside down or in a funny position, you know what I mean? This is part of football, you know, and obviously people don't understand, especially social media people, they're very quick to ridicule. But look, the soccer thing, I enjoyed it. Would I do it again? Definitely.
Because you still play anyway socially, which is good.
Yes, you know. I got as far as getting offered a contract, it's just that it was at a beginner's salary, and there's no way I was going to maintain my lifestyle.
Yeah, not a DJ Cleo lifestyle with the chicks you've had in your life. You're a biker. In fact, you're biker clad now in terms of your jacket, etc.
16 years.
You've been riding for 16 years.
Yeah.
Tell me, does your bike have a name?
Not really.
Okay, what bike is it?
I have two. They're both big and black.
Right. So you've got you've got two cruisers.
No, it's a
super
cruiser
bikes.
and a super bike.
Oh, beautiful.
But they're big and black, and they like to be ridden.
And once you go black, you don't go back, brother.
With red rims, by the way.
Are you part of a club?
Yes, the Escaleni Motorcycle Charity Club.
Right.
And man, it's fun times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So are you riding soon again? Anyway.
I rode here. I'm riding home. I just need to avoid the taxis.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Cleo, it's been a marvel to be in your presence. You were in the industry long before we were. We looked up to you. We still do. Thank you so much for sharing the best of you. And we appreciate you joining us to go down memory lane and just to tell us where your life is at right now. We're out of time.
And thanks for inviting me, man. It's my first time in the 94.7 studios.
Yeah.
In 23 years in the music industry.
So this is the first time you come to 947 ever.
Yeah.
And it took me.
Yep.
I know. I deserve a raise. DJ Cleo is on Instagram, DJ Cleo 1. Find him online and everywhere else. And that was my first hit today with DJ Cleo. Thank you, bro.
Mo Flava on 947.